nostalgic moment for me. It's pretty much like 1 year since my relationship ended, and it's been reflecting a lot about that. It's very interesting, fascinating actually, where you will be in a year, where you can be in a year. Okay, today, let me tell you what we got going on. One thing that I really want to focus on during the first week of your program is practicing the law of detachment. Detaching from the outcome, okay? So knowing that you're putting in the work, but not being so concerned with that result, because that result will come. That is guaranteed if you're putting in the work. So if you put in the work, that is guaranteed. You don't have to worry about that. So don't sit there not doing the work, waiting for the result to happen. So today we have a push day. We're gonna be focusing on glutes today. My program is only about, I think, 40 minutes today. We got a 44-minute workout today. So we're gonna get in, we're gonna do 5 minutes on the stair climber, just to get a light sweat going, enough to feel warmed up. You wanna increase your body temperature. You wanna get a little bit of a light sweat. You don't wanna overwork yourself though. You're not doing cardio at the beginning of your session. And then we're gonna do, pardon, I just burped. Then we're gonna do a dynamic warm up, and then we're gonna do the workout. Okay, so I took my pre-workout, so it should be kicking in any moment now. So we'll see you inside. Hi, this is Manuela reporting live from Power Strength Gym. Actually, my 7th grade teacher did say that I would be a great weather person. My abductors, the muscles that turn out my leg, are always tight. It's not just my piriformis. It's like, I forgot, there's like 4 or 5, but they're all deep in my glutes. So I'm gonna stretch that. I think I'm gonna even try foam rolling a little bit first. Okay, so I'm gonna roll my glute out like 30 seconds. I want you to remember that you pay pretty much the same amount. You pay to be here. You pay to be at the gym, just like anybody else. And that means that you're allowed to take up space, you're allowed to use equipment, you're allowed to take your time, you're allowed to not know what the you're doing, to be honest. You're allowed to, because that's how we all start. People underestimate the fact that programming is, like, there's science behind it. Oh yeah, I found the spot. Holy crap. I'm just gonna hold it here for 30 seconds. But there's science behind that, you know? And I don't expect people to just know that. I didn't know that for years. I went to school and I still, like, am learning every day. That's what I'm here for. That's literally my goal, is just to teach you as much as I can so that you can get ahead further than I am at this point in my life. That way we all get better together. Oof. Part of the bad energy is taking up space. And knowing you're allowed to, and knowing that you have every right to stand proud in your spot, stay in your seat, grab your bench, do whatever the heck you have to do. Almost the more you make your presence known, the more comfortable you get doing that, and the more confident you feel, and the more confident you seem. A lot of times I won't feel that confident, but people will be like, you look confident, and I'm like, that's all that matters. Sometimes you just have to do it and realize you'll get more comfortable with it. Okay, let's do some front squats. So I love front squats. And next program, you better believe we're gonna have front squats. This program, I didn't prioritize it because we're growing. Okay, squatting. I'm gonna have you go all the way down. First squat, you're gonna let yourself round over, okay? You're gonna just come down as far as you can, round over if you need to. That's fine. Wiggle your hips back and forth. Loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. Then you're gonna press your chest up and find that sweet spot where your back is straight and your core is contracted. Okay, so this is me fully relaxed. Just enough, just enough. From there, you're gonna press all the way up and you're gonna find that spot again. So you're gonna come back to the spot. Okay, we're gonna practice that mind muscle connection, going back to that spot every time. Oh, my squat feels so even. I love that. Also hold it bow tie. Oh, that was not a great one. You're gonna hold bow tie, okay? Now I have my light sweat on. Time to get a barbell. We gotta do some hip thrusts. So here's the thing. The reason that I go off of RPE or RIR and go off my reps is because if I change machines, so here's the thing. I'm tracking my reps and I'm trying to increase my reps 1 to 2 reps each week. But if I'm changing the machine or the mechanism that I'm using for the exercise, so if I go from this machine to barbell, it's going to change the weight that I am using. Just because the biomechanics are slightly different, just because the machine is a little bit different, it's gonna weigh something. So to stay consistent, make sure you're still going off of your rate of perceived exertion. So remember, that is on a 10 to 1 scale, 10 being you can't do any more reps, 1 being you can do 10 more reps, okay? And then the RIR is opposite. So the reps in reserve is what you could do, what you have left in you to perform more reps. So if you are at an 8 RPE, which is where we're going to try and be for most of our exercises, between 8 and 9, we are going to be at a 2 RIR. So we're going to have about 2 reps left in our system for performing more reps, okay? So that way, no matter if you are using this machine or a different type of machine, or go from a barbell to this, or whatever you're doing, you can always still feel the same. So you're always trying to reach that same feeling. My goal by the end of the program is to get to a solid 8 reps, but 8 reps is going to be a little bit too heavy for me currently because I have uneven glutes right now. So my glute strength on my right is a little bit weaker than my left. So we're gonna go basic with this one. I'm gonna shoot for 10 to 12. 10 to 12 is a decent amount where I can still push hard, but I don't necessarily, I'm not gonna almost like overdo it with the weight where I'm gonna have to manhandle, like force the weight up with my right hip. I wanna stay in control the whole time. This gym is really trying to make me dance. Wait, no. There's something psychological about doing a program where like, I feel lean today. And it's just because I am proud that I'm on day 2 and have done a single day of a program. You know what's also interesting is that people, look, I get that this program is for female form, but these exercises, these workouts still function the same for men. We still need to use these same muscles. 3, I'm squeezing at the top, tucking my hips under, trying to feel and even squeezing my glutes. 14. Albert, if you're watching this, we should combine forces with the gym. Oh my God. Can you come DJ at Power Strength? Because that'd be dope. We need to host a workout / live DJ situation. Maybe on a beach somewhere? Wait, it's either the pre-workout or just me. Follow me on TikTok. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the weight that I added to the machine, but I'm not gonna add the 15 pounds of resistance that it already has. Actually, you know what? I will, because I know what the resistance is. So I'm gonna add the 15 plus the 45s. Okay, let's go up a little bit, because this was 10 to 12 and I did 14, so we're gonna go up. The way I do it is, let's see, if I did two more than I anticipated, I go up, for this, about 5 pounds per leg, so about 10-ish pounds. Oh, we're feeling heavier. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we're feeling strong. 4. One more. Take your time though on your sets. Make sure you're focusing on what you're feeling. I do a slight pause. I technically don't have it written in the program as a pause, but take a pause at the top of your hip thrust, especially your first set. Make sure that your glutes are firing, especially evenly. You'll be able to feel it. Okay, let's do this. Last set. This is ripping my pelvis apart, but it's fine. 3, 4, 5. I did 14. I overachieved my hips. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna do barbell overhead presses. Now that our core, our legs, everything is warm AF, we're gonna press some stuff. Okay, we're doing barbell overhead presses. I took a second transitioning from hip thrust to this for my dynamic warm-up, so I'm just gonna do a few reps. I'm not trying to tire myself out, just warm up my front delts mainly. This is 3 sets. I'm gonna do a warm-up set first with just the bar. Gotta warm up them shouldies. I'm not trying to tire out, just trying to feel nice and even, make sure my shoulders are even. I have a really bad habit of not using my thumbs on these lifts, which is kind of dangerous. I honestly don't even need this hair tie, but it matches my outfit. So I did. Okay. So I'm gonna go underneath the bar, elbows. You're gonna press so that when you're pressing up, your elbow and your wrists are stacked on top of each other. You're pressing in one direction. If your elbow and wrist are not in line, you're not pressing in 2 directions. You're pressing both up and out. You're gonna expend more energy and you're not gonna use the proper muscles. So keep your elbows. What I do is I grab and I tuck under. So my shoulder blades tuck down and under, and I tuck under. We're gonna do strict press. Core is tight, glutes are tight, lower body's tight. I'm gonna push for one more. Okay, I overestimated the weight because I was gonna go for 8, but I did 6. You can gain some muscle from lower reps. But if I'm being honest, you don't really want to go less than 8 if you're working on hypertrophy, if you're working on muscle gaining. So that was a beautiful set. I suggest you push all your sets, no matter if the weight is wrong for that rep range. You're always going to push, and that's where the RPE comes in handy, okay? And the RIR. Regardless of what the weight is, you will always still push to the last 2 or struggle until you can only have 2 more in the bank. So even if it's this wrong weight, okay? I push for 6. We're gonna go down a weight so I can get 8. I'm convinced that if Bad Bunny and I meet, we'd fall in love instantly because he's a Pisces and I'm a Scorpio. And just based off of that, I feel like that's enough for me to know that we'd be in love. That's energy I want you to be on. You need to walk into the gym thinking everybody's gonna fall in love with you. That's the energy we're on. That's the confidence we're on. You know what else makes the gym so much better? Find other girls. Find other girlies and just be nice and make friends and just tell them that they're doing great. Notice their progress. Tell them you like their outfit. Make friends in the gym. That's one of the best, like, most motivating things to do that'll get you in the gym every time, because, like, if you start to become friends with the people at the front, it's not that intimidating. You know what I mean? You start to make friends and, like, you get to see everybody's progress. You hold each other accountable. Plus, you want people in your life that are also aligned with your same goals because it'll help you reach yours. Oh, we got this for 8. 2, 3, 4, 8. We're gonna push for another one. 9. One more. We're gonna stop there. Imagine. 55 for 10. That was pretty good. Fade A. There's nothing better than hearing Colombian artists in the gym, especially when they're from your hometown. Grab, under. Notice that my elbows and wrists are not, I'm at 90 degrees, perpendicular with the ground. Elbows point down. Okay, tight core, tucking my hips under, my glutes are tight, pressing all the way up. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, do you see how I went from 10 reps at 55 to 8 reps at 55? That's what we want. That's good. I mean, it didn't have to go down that much, but it's good. Okay, those 2 were the hardest, heaviest, most exhaustive exercises. We're now gonna move on to bodyweight step-ups, which I'm excited for, and cable standing overhead tricep extensions. Okay, so let's go do step-ups first. ¿Dónde? No sé. Pero lo vamos a figurar. So from the last time I did this, it seems that I was doing 10 reps with 25 pounds. I'm still shooting for that 10 to 12 rep range with this, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with a 20. See if we get around 12 reps, and then if not, I'll go grab a 25. Okay, so what we're gonna do with these, I'm gonna do lateral step-ups, okay? So I'm stepping to the side here. I'm gonna step, pushing all the way up, pushing with the outer glute. Okay, so I'm pushing all the way up, and I'm sliding down. Pressing all the way up. Ooh, not me putting my hand on the TV. Sliding all the way down. 9, ooh, we're gonna do 10. We're gonna do 10. 10, wow. Okay, pop quiz. Where did I start? At the bottom. So where do I end? At the bottom. Ooh, make that last one your biatch. This is my weak side. Okay, right leg up. My back leg is a little further back. And I'm holding my weight in the opposite arm. And I have something that I can hold on to just in case. So first transfer all your weight to that other leg. Press up. 1. This side is significantly harder. 2. 3. 9. Oh my Lord, my butt. 10. Ooh, I dropped that one on the last one. That's okay. We did our best. The right side is really a biatch. You know what's another hack that I found? Is that, especially here in the United States, people aren't used to people smiling at them. People aren't used to eye contact. Have you noticed that? Like if you make eye contact with somebody, they're like, and if you smile at them, they're like, so one of the best things I do is remind myself that when I walk into a room, my energy speaks for itself. What does that mean? That means that I walk in with confidence, walk up with my chest high, because I belong. I belong everywhere I go because I am. I am here, therefore I belong, you know? So I walk in and I think about every single person in here being me, because it is that way almost, right? If you're afraid of eye contact, somebody out there is afraid of eye contact. You know what I mean? If you're afraid to make the first move, probably somebody else is afraid to make the first move. Being able to like know that you are constantly creating your own energy and you can give that freely to anybody in the form of love, aka a nod, a wave, a smile. It really is a game changer. And it always gives you back. That's one of those things where when you love others, you always get something in return. It's love. It's always love. So be nice to people and you'll find that you'll feel way more confident about any place that you're in as long as you're being nice to people around you. I think this is only 2 sets. Oh my God. Lord, thank my coach for thinking ahead, because I really thought this was 3 sets, but let me see. Oh Lord, have mercy on our soul. Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 1 more set. If you want to nerd out a little bit with me, my abductors are tight, right? My glute on my right side is underdeveloped, which means that my right foot is constantly turned out, or like more turned out than this leg. So what happens is that when I'm doing step up and I force my foot to go straight, what does my hip want to do? It wants to open, because then that means I'm in a turnout, right? So when I'm pressing and my body wants to turn. So on this, when I do this side, you'll really notice how much my body will want to rotate. But you can tell, this one I can go up straight up and down. This one you'll see that there's a rotation, because the abductors are connected from my hips, so from my pelvis onto the top of my femur. So what it does is it pulls my femur back. So it causes that rotation in my foot. Also make sure it's nice and high. Get challenging, okay? Trying not to bounce at the bottom. 3, oh, it's too hard, it's too hard. 4, plus 2, 9, 10, and at the bottom. This exercise, the reason I'm doing lateral is because we're gonna be working more of our medial glute, and we're gonna be working up here more. So we're gonna really build out that roundness. 2, my knee comes in. 3, you see that? 4, 8, oof, knee caved in on that one. 9, plus 1. Okay, remember, if the rep is slow, that doesn't mean it's over. A slow rep is good. The slower the reps, the more you're pushing yourself. So just remember, because a rep is slow doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. And if you record yourself, you'll notice that even though your reps are slow, they're still usually faster than you feel like they are. Triceps, drop set, reverse fly, core, that's it. Okay, so I want to show you how I'm recording my drop set. So here I have lateral raise drop set. I'm gonna do this twice through. So I'm gonna put 6. I'm doing 3 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have my weights ready to go because I wanna write down how many reps I do per weight. But still we're going off of RPE. So we're gonna go off of feel. We're gonna do our lateral raise drop set. Starting with 15s. I feel like I have to turn into you because the music's kind of loud. We're gonna start with 15s. 1, 3, 4, controlling it down. 5, 12. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. Woo. 12, 9. Ooh, round shoulders. 2, 3, they should feel heavy. 4, 8. Let's go. 10. If you don't have T-Rex arms after that, you didn't do enough. Again, this one's gonna be about a 9. We're pushing about 9 RPE on that one. Last set. When it comes to drop set, I don't want you to take too long of a break. You're gonna go ahead and just wait until you feel about 50% recovered, and then you're gonna go back into it. So my shoulders are still kind of feeling it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start. My sets are going to drop, okay? We're trying to reach as close to failure without really failing, because I don't want you to push that hard, because I don't want you to injure yourself, especially not week 1. Workout number 2. Okay, we got plenty of growing to do. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 9 is it. 9 is it. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, remember, last time I said if your traps start to come up, if you start to feel like your traps are hurting, drop the weight. It's now time to drop. 1, 2, 3, 7. Ooh. That's it for that. Triceps, 2 sets of reverse flies, and then we're coring and we're done. Let's go do some triceps. Okay, baby cakes. So here's a sitch. And this is real life here, okay? We're doing this in real time because I want to be able to translate real life events to what will potentially happen to you. There are no cables right now, and the machine that I want to use for reverse slides is taken. So we have core and calves left. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip those 2 because it actually doesn't have much to do with those 2 exercises, so we can skip. Everything that's in the program should be done in order because there's a system here. There's a system to why we put exercises in a certain order. But with this one, since we don't, the last 2 are very much like accessory work, it's not gonna damage our potential for that exercise if we do core and calves. So we're gonna skip those 2 until they're available, which now the reverse fly is available. But we're gonna do this 2 sets of Turkish sit ups. What you're gonna do though, if you can't do Turkish sit ups, I do these with all of my clients because I find it so beneficial to train not just the core, but when I say core, I mean your whole trunk, right? I'm talking this core. When I say abs, I'm talking superficial, like just your abs, okay? But when we're doing core, this situation here, this is where I want you guys to be by the end of the 6 weeks, being able to do this, no bar, no weight or anything, but it all starts with a straight leg sit up. So first thing you're gonna do is coming all the way down, you're gonna roll up towards your feet. If you can't do that, you can also do a band attached to something in front of you, and you can use the band to pull yourself up, okay? If not, you're gonna grab a bar. Even if it's the bar that has no weight on it, you're gonna do arms up. The wider your hands are, the more comfortable it's gonna be for your shoulders. But you're gonna start with your arms up. You're gonna press straight towards the ceiling, rolling all the way up, all the way straight, pushing your chest through, straight back. This form seems familiar from our overhead presses earlier because that's intentional. I want you to really practice being able to support. I want you to practice movements that are gonna be translatable to your lifts, okay? So core strength here, being able to feel your core in an overhead press is important for your overhead presses. Rolling back down. Woo. I definitely tossed that way more aggressively than I need to. Okay, calf raises. This is a superset, so there's no need to break. I'm gonna do body weight, but I'm gonna do it with a deficit, okay? So I'm here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo, my calves are burning. Okay, back to core. 1 more of each. But see how nice it is? Okay, here's the thing. When you have an actual structured program, your overall volume is taken care of so that you're not overworking and not overdoing for no reason, okay? I used to be the type, and I get it, you're probably doing 4 sets of everything, right? You're probably doing like 6 to 7, 8 exercises, 4 sets of everything. It's probably taking you like an hour and a half. And it's really not that necessary. It really is not. So it's nice to be able to follow a program because we do 2 sets of core. That's all we're doing. And we're gonna get abs. And we're not gonna have to work extra unnecessarily. We're working smarter, not harder. Pretty girls are nice to other girls. That's all I'm gonna say. You're not pretty because of your looks, you're pretty because of who you are. Last one, I can do 1. Bro. I hate this. I'm just kidding, I love it. Why am I doing this? Why is this like this? I'm delusional. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't do too many of these. I overdid it one time and I was sore for like 4 weeks. Okay, let's go to reverse fly. Every time I'm on here, remember my Frenchman. He was right where the camera was. Okay, I did 70 for 14, so we're gonna stick with 70 for 14. We're gonna stick to 14 to 16 with these. 2. Okay, so whenever I use this machine, I like to do one of two things. I like to think about putting my chest almost flat against this, almost arching my back. I don't know why, I find that more comfortable. If I sit with my stomach, sometimes I find that my shoulders round forward. So keeping my shoulders back, almost like slightly pressing my chest only against the bench. I'm trying to really utilize this part of my shoulder, so the rear part of my shoulder. So keeping my shoulders down, keep my elbows out, and I push back. If you keep your elbows down, you'll still hit rear delt, but it's gonna feel a lot different. It's gonna be a lot different. So I'm gonna have you keep your elbows out. I'm gonna drop the reps or the weight. Keep the elbows out, swing it out, and come back. I keep my hands flat, like you're sliding your arms on a table. I'm really using this part of my shoulder, the back of my shoulder. So this is what we're trying to utilize right now. We're trying to grow this out so we can round out our shoulders. Okay. So here, elbows up, shoulders down. I'm pulling out. Okay, that felt pretty good. Either my right shoulder is stronger or it's not firing in the same way. But I'm gonna assume that my right shoulder is just stronger. Let me know what you see back there. Okay, next up we have triceps and then we're dunsies. Hello. David loves that. So what I was saying is that we're gonna do overhead tricep extension. We're gonna do here, pulling all the way up. It's really important that you keep your wrists straight. So you don't wanna have your wrists, you don't want the wrist going crazy. It's not in the flick of the wrist here, not here. You wanna keep these nice and straight. That's when your wrist starts to get really sore during your workouts, it's probably because you're not keeping your wrists straight when you're doing stuff like tricep extensions. You're not keeping them straight. Make sure you're keeping your arms fixated in one line. So we're gonna do overhead tricep extensions. I think we have 3 sets, but triceps are pretty quick. Because this program is not geared towards growing our triceps per se, but we still are trying to grow overall, I incorporate an exercise that is gonna create as much stretching in our triceps as possible, because studies have shown that being able to work through the highest range of motion and stretch that muscle, elongate that muscle as much as possible before contracting is more likely to lead to more hypertrophy. So we're gonna do that. Because again, what do we do here? This is the demolition zone. All we do here is tear down muscle, break it down. We build it outside of the gym. So let's tear this puppy down. Okay, so how are you gonna get into this? You can do this one of 2 ways. How do I usually do this? I grab, yeah. Okay, perfect example of not every time that you do something you're gonna look cool doing it, you're gonna mess it up, okay? I've been in the gym for like 20 years now and I still do dumb stuff, okay? So let's try it again. Under, flippity flip. My elbows, I'm gonna drive a little bit forward because I don't want my arms to go like this. Driving forward. If your joints hurt, if your shoulders hurt on this, lower the weight. Let's go down a little bit for the next one. See, here's the thing. I feel like I've had so many clients who are like wanting to get into the gym and they're like really nervous about doing so. And what I tell them is that nobody knows you. Like nobody actually knows if you're nervous or not. Nobody knows. So if you walk in, even if you're pretending to be confident, nobody knows that it's fake. So be who you want to be, not who you think you are, if that makes sense. Because who you think you are is already an illusion. So why pick a better illusion? Pick somebody you want to be. Pick the version of you that you want to be. You're just picking, you know what I mean? You're picking who you are. Okay, under, let's do this together. Under, pull it, rotate it. So I lean forward a little bit because my shoulder was kind of hurting and I didn't want it to go back. Gorgeous. One more set and then we're finito. We're finito. Before this last set, ladies and gentlemen, mujeres y only ladies, actually, only the ladies here, I think. Go to IG. Make sure that you follow the links in the bio so that you have the condensed version of how to do each of today's exercises, so that when you go to the gym today, you don't have to go through this whole video and timestamp it or go through the timestamps. You can just go in and see the swipes or see the reel that already has the explanation to all of it. That being said, my girls, we have this one more set. I'm gonna knock it out. But what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 times eating out per week. That's it. That's my challenge. And it's not so much the whole eating thing. It's the more discipline to feed myself and treat myself well. Because one of the things that I realized was that I was not feeding myself correctly, and it was laziness, because I would do it for anybody else in my life. I'll make food for my brother. I'll make food for my ex all the time, but I would never feed myself. And I was like, wait, again, if you want that BBE, you gotta take care of yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty glass. So we're eating out twice a week, but one of those times is going to be alone. You're going to take yourself out. You're going to dress up cute. You're going to get dolled up, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, coffee. You're going to go on a date by yourself. That's one of your eating outs. That's one of your outings for the week. That being said, I haven't decided where I should go. Give me some recommendations. We got 6 weeks of taking ourselves out. That is it. We're done. I'm gonna track it. Let's see how long this workout was. Okay, granted, please keep in mind that we're also filming. And I started before we actually started the workout. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a 54-minute workout, and that included David having to go to the car, that included us having to go around to different machines, that included us having to divulge and go somewhere else. But we did it, we're done, okay? So come back tomorrow, go to my IG, follow me on IG, follow all the exercise tips that I have for this episode on there. See you on TikTok, and we'll see you tomorrow for pull day number 2.
Videos, the tears flowing and I'm sipping slow.